guys, and welcome back to the Saints View, the channel for something content for our match preview ahead of Southampton's FA Cup clash at home with Tottenham. Now attention's turned away from the Premier League for another weekend as it is the fourth round and it could be a very special afternoon at St Mary's. Of course, we met Spurs earlier on in the month on New Year's Day, so can we replicate what was a fantastic win with another one and cup progression on Saturday. Before you get into the video, guys, do make sure you are subscribed if you haven't yet already. Make sure you're also following us on our socials so you don't miss a thing. With the January transfer window coming to the end, we're putting up posts when we're linked with players, so we're not going to be doing videos, we're putting those posts out, so if you want any updates on transfers, make sure you're following us on Instagram and Twitter. But for now, let's get on to the video. As always with these match previews, we look at the last game, which was in the Premier League, not in the FA Cup of course, and that was our midweek win at Crystal Palace 2-0, incredibly comfortable in the end, fantastic performance, and we need to take that into the game on Saturday. But this is the FA Cup fourth run. In the third round we saw off Championship side Huddersfield Town at St Mary's pretty comfortably in the end. It finished 2-0 with the academy debutants Jake Vokins and Will Smallbone getting the goals. But 10 changes were made that day, but I don't think we're going to see rotation of that sort of extent this time out. Our form in the league at the moment is just absolutely superb and we need to take that into this game on Saturday. We've got confidence, and if we're playing with our top players, you know, Ings was rested, so most likely he'll start on Saturday. You know, we have a very good side that can beat pretty much anybody. But on to Spurs, they're in a bit of a mixed run at the moment. I am filming this before their game against Norwich, which I expect them to win, but they haven't actually scored at the time of filming in the Premier League since the turn of the year. And also their last win was on Boxing Day when they beat Brighton 2-1 at home. And since that 1-0 victory for Saints where Danny Ings absolutely destroyed Alderweireld, they have also met Middlesbrough, Championship side, like we faced in the FA Cup third round. However, they couldn't beat their Championship opposition. They got a 1-1 draw away at Borough while still playing a pretty strong side, and then had the replay last week and won 2-1. Again, putting out a strong side, which gives us the indication that Mourinho is going for this competition, which makes sense. Spurs really need a trophy and this is probably their best chance of winning any competition. However, they are missing their best player, of course, Harry Kane. The last meeting at St Mary's back on New Year's Day saw him come off injured. He is now out for a couple of months, may even miss the Euros. So you can blame Southampton for England losing the Euros. Nah, it's fine. Danny Ings will single-handedly score the goals. But like I just mentioned, based on the team selection against Borough, you'd expect a strong Spurs side, and we need to match that. We need to play our best players. You know, this is a competition I really want to see us take seriously, because what are we going to do in the league? I know all this Europa push sort of stuff is coming about, but the best realistically we're going to finish is probably where we are now, 9th in my opinion. And a cup run is so good. You know, I said it in my match preview for the Huddersfield game, a day out at Wembley is underappreciated, and a win against Spurs means, I mean, really we could beat not anyone because Spurs are out of form this season, but definitely one of the top sides going for the competition. You know, it'll bring us loads of confidence. And our form against Spurs is now, I guess you can call it decent. We haven't lost to them in the last 3 home meetings, winning 2 of them, and yeah, you know, they don't like coming to St Mary's now. Before, they were always winning or getting some sort of result at our place. I think before last season we hadn't beaten them in something ridiculous like 15 years at home, and now it's a regular occurrence. The fact that we did it a couple of weeks ago as well will really help the players with their mentality going into this game. Oh, I hope so at least. But anyway, on to my prediction. It's hard to call because I think a lot of it's going to be down to what sort of teams are put out. Spurs, like I said, I'm filming this before the Norwich game, but I fully expect them to have beaten Norwich, and they're not going to be tired because it was a midweek game. That's not a good enough excuse. But I think based on current form, we're easily the better side if you're basing it off of our recent run. And I think we've got confidence as well. The fans will definitely be up for it, urging the players on, and I'm going to go for a really optimistic 2-1 Saints win. I've said this a number of times, I really want to see a cup run, and if we beat Spurs, then I'm going to have a lot of confidence for the rest of our run in the competition. Thank you very much for watching the video, guys. Do leave it a like if you have enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new. Also let me know your score predictions and how you're feeling ahead of the game in the comment section below. Follow us on all of our socials and we'll see you tomorrow for our predicted lineup. See you then, guys.